So guys, if you remember last time, we went through the whole museum thing. If you skipped that video, then, well, now we are back here. So let's have a talk to the lady, the psychic tarot person, because Grace mentioned that we should ask her what her dream meant. So what's here? Oh, look at that.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
It's like lily to me. Right, so let's go in and they're not there. Well, that's helpful. Let's talk to him.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Yes. The Smiths.
Are the Smiths in their room?
Yeah, I believe so.
Could you ask them to come down, please?
Oh, yeah, natürlich.
Aha, okay. I have to just ask and then they'll come down. Well, that's pretty good.
Now you just tell Merle what's going on.
I will do. Maybe. Here we go. Ludwig's dream.
I had a dream last night. I didn't remember it at first, but I saw something today at one of the museums.
What was the dream?
I was being chased in the woods by wolves. And I saw a sleigh. Ludwig was inside. He pulled me up, and I thought I was safe. But then he turned into a wolf.
So what do you think, Mother?
A dream of rescue is a spiritual guide dream. The High Priestess in Gabriel's cards must be linked to Ludwig somehow.
What do the wolves represent?
I'm a psychic, dear, not Freud. But the warning I got was about the black wolf, wasn't it? And the wolves in the dream. It must be the same danger.
It's so frustrating. The more I find out, the more questions I have.
That's
Why
life.
don't you try a little communicating of your own? Ludwig's the link. Appeal to him. The answers may not come right away, but at least you'll give the guide something specific to say the next time she contacts you.
Isn't there any way that you could, you know, do a psychic reading on Ludwig or something?
To tell you the truth, I've been trying all day to make contact. But I only feel great despair. Ludwig's soul is not at peace.
Oh. Oh dear.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Be careful now.
Thanks.
They're like, you could. Can you believe her? She just cooled us down and now she's just not doing anything. Okay. Well, that was unhelpful. Maybe we can go back to the library and maybe the library will have something.
Hi, did you have a good time?
Uh-huh.
Anything new? Yes, you had a phone call.
Really?
A man named Professor Barkley. He said you had his number.
I do. Thanks.
Ah, we're friendly again. That's good. Should I talk to her?
Gerda? Yes?
See, now they're happy.
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
No, Grace, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Well, she still sounds a little bit aggressive, I have to say. Alright, so we need to talk to that guy now. Write this down. How... is that his number? Let's try that. No? Was that not the number? What is this?
A ticket to the Ludwig Museum.
Oh, that ain't gonna help us much, is it? This guy. Ah, there he is.
Hello?
Hi, Professor Barkley. It's Grace.
Oh, good. I have a name for you. It's Herr Josef Dahlmeier, and he specializes in Bavarian history, and I think he's somewhere near you are.
Herr Josef Dahlmeier. Great, got a number?
Yeah, I do. It's 4982-555-2234.
Thanks a lot. Sorry about the bother.
That's no bother. When are you coming back to school, Gracie?
When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Well, be good.
Yale University. Well, now we have to call this dude, I guess. Wait, I can't remember. Who were we calling again? Why were we calling these people? It's been so long. Guess we'll find out.
Hallo?
Looks like him.
Hello? Sind Sie Herr Josef Dahlmeier?
Yeah, you must be Grace Nakamura, the American history student.
Yes.
I hear you're interested in Ludwig II.
Very.
Good. There's something I want to show you. Drive to Berg on Starnberger See. Meet me at the Memorial Chapel.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, wait. Was there anything you wanted me to look into before we meet?
Well, I was hoping you knew something about someone called the Black Wolf. He was a contemporary of Ludwig's. He lived in Prussia, I think, and he was well connected.
Never heard of him, but I'll check. See you there.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, bye. And then she hangs up. She's like, go away. I don't think we can write anything yet, so let's just carry on and meet this dude now. And see what we can learn. Where do you want me to go? Here, this little chapel thing here. Oh. What is this? This is a chapel.
It's a memorial chapel.
Yeah, it's one of them. Gotta say, just love the way that she walks. Ooh, wait, is this the water?
This is where he died. You must be Grace. Herr Dahlmeier.
Hello.
Josef. I didn't mean to startle you. I wanted you to see it.
Nice hair.
I feel him here the most, you know, more than at the castle. So, what did you want to know?
I like how everyone in this game seems to use a lot of hairspray. Let's ask him about himself.
Professor Barkley says your hobby is Ludwig.
Yes. He was the last real king that Bavaria had. As a Bavarian and a history buff, well, that's enough to hook me right there.
But there's more, right?
He was a romantic, you know. A dreamer. And he was misunderstood, maligned.
Sounds like you can relate.
Me? Hell, I have it easy. At least I live in the 1990s. And not every eye in the country is on me. But yes, I can relate.
Seagull somewhere.
You know about Ludwig's diary, right?
Of course.
How can I get my hands on it?
I'm sorry. I have been trying myself for 5 years. They keep it locked up tight in the Royal Archives and they don't let it out. They must think it contains things that will hurt his image.
They won't let anyone see it, not ever?
Only one person outside of the government ever got to see it, a biographer, Sir Richmond Chapel. He had friends among the German royals and they let him look at it.
Did you ever try to contact Chapel? Pick his brain?
No, and I don't believe I never thought of that. If you do and you find out anything, you must share.
It's a promise. Tell me about Ludwig.
I don't know where to start. There's so much. Politically, the most significant thing about Ludwig II was that he signed over independent Bavarian statehood to Prussia in 1870. Bavaria became a part of United Germany, and Ludwig became a figurehead prince under the Prussian Kaiser.
Why do you think he did that?
Bavaria had been involved in the 100 Years' War. People were tired of fighting. Prussia's push to unite the German states made some amount of sense. Still, Ludwig must have had other options. At the very least, he should have negotiated better terms.
So what was the real reason?
He was manipulated by Bismarck. At least that's what I think, anyway.
Wow, there's a lot of, there is a lot of stuff to actually go through.
What about Ludwig personally?
You'll find two perspectives on Ludwig. The view the tourists get is the romantic ideal, Ludwig the tormented loner. Then there is the historian's point of view. Ludwig was plagued with guilt over his sexual orientation and was driven mad with self-loathing.
But I take it you're not buying either point of view.
Well, it's all too convenient, isn't it? That he was a devout Catholic, there is no question, and I'm sure there were pressures on him to be normal. But he was no prude. He loved Byron. Yes. Philosophy, the French court. If anything, Ludwig was too much an egomaniac. He didn't give a damn what anyone thought. And besides, he didn't try to hide any of his relationships. If he suffered from anything in his romantic life, it was disillusionment. No one loved him back as purely as he himself loved.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, if it wasn't sexual guilt that tormented him, what was it?
I don't know. His diary was filled with self-guilt, but I'm sure it's not about that. If I knew, I'd write my own book, set the record straight, so to speak.
Midnight sleigh rides.
Have you read anything about Ludwig's midnight sleigh rides?
Would that have been something? To be out at night and suddenly see him sweep by with his entourage? They say the night agitated Ludwig, and that being outdoors and the rushing feeling of the sleigh calmed him down. Sometimes even the sleigh wasn't enough. He would stop in some remote woods, order his servants to stay put, and go wandering off by himself for hours. It drove the servants crazy.
What's Bismarck? Bismarck?
Tell me about Bismarck.
Bismarck. He was the Prussian Kaiser's chancellor. Not a nice man. Bismarck had a reputation for learning people's weaknesses and manipulating them. It's a matter of record that he had spies on Ludwig's staff. He may even have had a henchman even closer to the king. And he was involved in the conspiracy to declare Ludwig insane.
That wasn't very nice. He was a backstabbing friend.
Did you find out anything about the Black Wolf?
I did.
Oh.
I'd read about him before, but I hadn't realized that was who you were talking about. His name was Godin, Paul Godin. I found a reference to his being called the Black Wolf after you telephoned.
I've never heard of him. Who was he?
Godin lived on the fringes of the Prussian court. He was handsome, charming, dangerous, or so they say. He was variously rumored to have been a foreign prince, a Prussian spy, even an assassin. Since you were interested in him, I found out some things that are probably true. It said he came from abroad in the mid-1800s, but claimed high German blood.
Do you know where he came from?
No. And he was ruthlessly ambitious. He probably found out who held the power, Bismarck, and offered his services. Bismarck was a good judge of talent, of that sort anyway.
What else do you know about Godin?
He must have done something remarkable. Bismarck was not a generous man. He liked to string people along with promises, but rarely came through. He did for Godin, though. He gave him a royal title and lands in 1863. And that was the last reference I found to him.
Well, how could he just disappear?
It's not that unusual. Back then, when you were given a title, you usually changed your name and moved to a place where no one knew your past, so you could act with impunity, or be a pompous ass and get away with it.
That was a funny giggle.
Is there any way to find out what Godin was called after he got his title?
Is it that critical?
It might be.
Well, you could send away for a copy of the entitlement deed, assuming it has been destroyed during one of the wars. Godin's new name would be on it. But you would need a research permit from the government to access those records, and they can be very hard to get. A lot of red tape.
Great.
Ugh, setbacks again.
What do you know about Ludwig's hunting accident?
A couple of years ago, I was introduced to this great old man, a real old world farmer. Well, his grandfather was Richard Horning, Ludwig's equestrian. Oh, he told some great Ludwig stories. Sometimes I get lucky. Anyway, he said that after the hunting accident, Ludwig got terribly ill, that he had a fever and was acting crazy. They were afraid that the wolf had been carrying a disease or that the bite had gone septic.
A wolf bit him?
Yeah, it's not so unusual. There were a lot of wolves in the Alps back then. The servants were really worried, but Ludwig recovered, physically anyway. Horning's grandfather said it was the fever that broke Ludwig's mind, that he was worse than ever after that.
Are we getting closer yet, guys? What do you think?
What do you mean Ludwig got worse after the accident?
Ludwig always had been a very private person. But after the accident, he got darker, more crazy. Towards the end, he was even forcing his servants to enter his chambers bent over so they couldn't see his face. Horning's grandfather said his temper was fearsome. He would fly into a rage at the least mistake.
Must have been terrified of him.
Yes, well, Horning's grandfather felt sorry for Ludwig, and Ludwig hated his own violence. He was always giving gifts to his servants to apologize.
You mentioned that there were other reasons why Ludwig's servants feared him.
Ah, that's another of Horning's mysteries. There's a story about Neuschwanstein. Apparently there was a period of time of 2 or 3 months when Wagner would come and visit him
Wagner?
there. Yeah. The two would lock themselves in the singers' hall. Horning's grandfather said the sounds that came from there were awful. Well, the servants had superstitious minds anyway. Some of them quit over it, just walked away.
What kind of sounds?
Horning's grandfather called them heartbreaking and ungodly. Maybe it was Wagner trying to sing.
Maybe it wasn't.
Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
It's my pleasure. And if you ever want to talk again, just give me a call. I'll meet you down.
I will. Thanks.
Servus.
Bye.
Bye.
I wonder what it felt like under there.
I don't.
This is where they found Ludwig's body.
Alright, so let's see. Oh, we can talk to her again.
Gerda? Yes?
Oh, special permit.
Gerda, do you have any idea where I could get a government research permit? I don't have time for a lot of red tape.
You should ask Herr Übergrau. He can maybe get such things very fast.
You think? I was gonna write Gabriel today anyway.
Well, I guess we have to write a letter then. Maybe. Possibly. Let's see what she says.
I should get a letter off to Gabriel. I need to include a note to Übergrau about the research permit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're doing it. We're actually doing it. That's Übergrau. I thought it was. Of course, it's his, what's it, lawyer. Are you happy with that? You should lick it. Why aren't you licking it? You need to lick it though, or else the papers will fall out. Let's get this posted then. Hello, it's me again. The one that's not interested in Gabriel.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nukimura.
Grüß Gott. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Nein, leider nicht. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
You can help me by posting this. Didn't lick it though.
Kann ich diesen Brief versenden?
Ja, 3-mal bitte.
Oh wait, do I have to pay as well? Don't have to do that for that. There we go.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
No. No more. Bye-bye.
Danke.
Bitte.
Everyone's so bitter in this place. I can't understand why. We should go back to the library and see if there is anything about Ludwig or the likes. Oh, she's doing something.
I wish I could read these biographies of Ludwig.
Well,
wait a minute. Ludwig II, fairy tale king of Bavaria. I didn't see this before. Yep, English. Huh.
You didn't see that before? It's very different to the other books. Alright. Looking strappingly good. I mean, that hairdo. I wonder if he used hairspray as well. Oh, they got a publishing thing here. Oh, Sir Richmond Chapel. Isn't that the guy he was talking about?
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive. He was an introvert who seemed to be constantly out of sync with traditional views of rulership, money, and human relationships. The world ever failed to match his ideals. Perhaps this was a fault of his sheltered upbringing as future king. He never was introduced to the real world, and the real world failed to interest him as an adult. In his youth, Ludwig was in fine physical condition and loved to hike alone in the Alps and ride horses. He had a hunting lodge, Schahen, specifically for this purpose. Unfortunately, in 1872, a rather traumatic hunting accident befell the king at Schahen, and his leg was cruelly damaged. He never fully recovered from this incident, and his hiking and riding ceased. His physical health deteriorated from that time on, and explains why he looked so unhealthy in later years. A hunting accident?
I think that maybe we did it a little back to front. Maybe it's that you should have read this first of all, and then she says a hunting accident. Because, I mean, I don't remember hearing about a hunting accident before that, so who knows?
Other than his long-standing friendship with the Empress Elizabeth of Austria and with his mother, the relationships Ludwig attempted with others were nearly always a disappointment for him and a bewilderment for his partners. He would become obsessed with someone, a singer, an artist, a nobleman or a peasant, and would bombard them with gifts, praise, and favors. When they would fail to return the depths of rapturous passion he required, the singular adoration and humble obedience he expected, he would grow disappointed and cut himself off from them. The objects of his interest were occasionally women, usually ones he fell in love with after seeing them in idealized roles on the stage, but they were more often young men who fit his fantasies of the heroic sagas like Lohengrin and Parsifal that he so loved. A good example of the king's obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these days. The reason, of course, is a new interest. Thursday last, the king attended a performance of Lohengrin in the Wittelsbacher Theater. He came back in a fever, demanding that a man be found. The man, it was gathered, had been sitting in a box across from Ludwig and had drawn the king's attention by his beauty and his deep emotional response to the performance. The king declared that here at last is a sensitive soul. The man was tracked down and brought in for an audience. Upon my word, never have I seen any mind so in line with His Majesty's own. They discussed Wagner and France and Byron and all manner of things until long past dawn. The young man, beautiful indeed to look upon, met the king's enthusiasm and knowledge bit for bit. His Majesty has been in the thick of it ever since, and while I welcome his good temper, I grow tired of fetching letters back and forth to Louis, so called by His Majesty, that should tell you who the young man looks like, at all hours of the night. 1863? Wasn't that about the same time the Black Wolf got his entitlement? This author has not been able to learn much about Louis, but he was known to have been a seemingly hybrid foreigner, and he was involved with Ludwig as late as 1880, when he fell into disfavor.
Okay, strange.
The king, especially later in life, felt a great deal of guilt about his sensual nature. His diaries are full of repentant entries begging God for forgiveness and swearing to remain pure. In many of the diary entries, he swears to abstain from sexual relations. The number of these oath entries indicate that Ludwig was not very successful in resisting temptation, yet it is also clear that Ludwig was a God-fearing man and that, though his flesh might occasionally fall, he never surrendered his heart and his conscience to sin.
His flesh might occasionally fall. I really hope that that was just in theory, like theoretically, but I'm not so sure. That was interesting, but that guy's called Richard something, and that guy, the other guy said that it was Richard that saw the diary, and he did mention the diary, so let's see if we can actually call this Richard person up. Let's hope it's not nighttime. Where he is. Wake him up.
Hallo, Bertel München.
Hi, I have a book of yours on Ludwig II. The author's name is Sir Richmond Chapel.
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, I'm doing some research on Ludwig, and I was hoping you could get me in contact with the author.
I'm afraid Sir Richmond Chapel is deceased.
Oh, well, that's gonna be hard.
However, his son is living.
Oh, well, is there any way you can put me in touch with him?
And who are you doing this research for?
Well, I'm working with Professor Barkley from Yale University.
All right. Thomas Chapel's number in England is 41 20 555 771.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I like how she finished it before.
Bye.
Bye.
She finished off before she actually told her the rest of the digits. Well, that's crazy. Oh yeah, should we try to call this guy? Maybe it's nighttime there. We'll find out. We're only in Germany, right? It's not halfway across the world. Oh, there he is.
Chapel residence.
Hi, my name is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Rittersburg, Germany. Is Thomas Chapel there, please?
Speaking. What may I do for you, Miss Nakamura?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I have a copy of your father's biography on Ludwig II. I understand he had access to Ludwig's diary.
Yes.
Well, oh God, I'm not even sure. He didn't make a copy of it or anything, did he? Or perhaps he took good notes?
He wrote down a complete translation in English. He said he couldn't make headway with the German version. Ludwig's handwriting was rather brogue, you know.
He wrote down an English translation. Do you still have it?
Well, unfortunately, my father was allowed to see the diary only on the grounds that he wouldn't publish the entire work. I can't let you see it.
Ah!
Have you tried contacting the National Archive?
No, I don't have the kinds of connections your father did, or the time.
That's unfortunate, but I really cannot let it out of my hands.
I understand. It was just a shot in the dark.
Very well. The best of luck to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chapel.
Darn it! We need that diary! How are we gonna get that diary now? I don't know. It's so hard. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. We need it. Oh. Okay. They bloom now. Well, we've had success with flowers before. We'll do it again and see if we have success with these flowers, shall we?
Gibt's das denn die Lilienblühen schon?
Sehr schön.
Ja, aber es ist doch noch so kalt.
Sounds like he said cold in Swedish. Pretty sure.
Für Sie ein Geschenk von der Madonna.
Oh, no.
Nehmen Sie sie ruhig. Heute Nacht wird es kalt und sie wird sowieso erfrieren.
Said it's a gift from the Madonna, I believe.
Thank you.
Oh, what a nice priest. You shouldn't sneak up on people like that, though. You might give him a heart attack or something. I think she's only got one pair of pants. Well, she probably hasn't got one pair of pants with her, but she hasn't changed her clothes, so who knows? But still, could have really scared her. Let's get in the car and head back to the chapel. Let's pay our respects. Alright, let's have a look. Can we pop this in here? Oh yes, we can. This was one of your favorite flowers.
I'm trying to figure out what you want me to do, but I need more information to work with. If you can send any my way, I'd appreciate it.
Oh. That wasn't very helpful. Okay, so there's only one place I haven't checked, and that's the post. Let's see if she's got anything for me.
Hallo, Frau Gelder. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Ja, ein Fax. Ein sehr langes Fax.
A fax?
Das ist aber nicht vom Schattenjäger.
Ist okay. Dankeschön.
It's not from it.
Thomas Chapel. Oh.
Oh, wait, what? What have I got? What have I got? What did he send me? Thomas Chapel to Grace. What did he say? Miss Nakamura, it seems I've had a change of heart. Please keep these in the strictest confidence. Good luck on your research. Isn't that what's research? I can't read that. Never mind.
11th June 1872. Louis has convinced me to think matters through more thoroughly before I act. A trip it shall be then, to Shahin. It shall not alter my purpose, I feel, nor shall his compelling. The treaty is the ruin of my beloved Bavaria, and must be taken to task.
Is this really his, how long his diary really was?
3rd July 1872. The pain gets so bad, I cannot hold a pen to write, but the horror is far worse than the pain. He says it was an accident, says that we can truly be one now, that it is a great adventure. I believe him 1 minute, and the next I can feel the flames of hell upon my heels. May God have mercy on my soul. 5th January 1874. By the power of Mary, Mother of God, I swear to refrain from the ultimate sin and to remain steadfast in my flesh. Sworn by the power of the lily, Eleanor. 30th August 1879. I will not falter, but will remain true. No matter the torment or longing, I will not yield. I will control the process. God grant me strength and will. By the grace and power of the monarchy and its allegiance. De Paul Leroy, Eleanor.
What is that?
10th September 1880. It is all finished. Elizabeth warned me, and I discovered the truth at last. O most venomous viper at my very bosom, O lowest of the least worthy who ever breathed, my Judas, my devil. If I could tear my heart out and fling it after him in the dirt, I would. I would.
So what did Louis do?
12th December 1880. He continues to come, the devil. I will never look upon his hideous face again. He is afraid I will tell, and I might. To destroy him, I might. When I think of the accident, now that things are clear, I wonder, was it truly an accident, or was it the plot to kill me? If so, why did he not complete it then, instead of putting me in this torment? Could he have hated me so? I wish to God he had simply ended it there. 10th June 1881. Terror. Rapture. During W's music tonight, I felt a pulling. The horror nearly came upon me right there. Then the music turned, and it was gone. What can it mean? I must confide in the great friend. Perhaps he will know what has happened.
The great friend and Louis. Are they the same people? It doesn't sound like it.
2nd August 1882.
Oh no, it's Wagner, wasn't it?
The experiments go better and better. W has proved as loyal and determined as ever I believed he would be in a matter of my salvation. He says he has the formula now. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera and to draw up the diagram for the crystals. Can it truly end? I scarce dare to hope.
Okay, so the great friend I think is Wagner, and Louis is someone else.
April 1883. The great friend is dead. How unjust that he should be taken from me now. Where is my chance at salvation? Why has God condemned me twice? 10th October 1885. There must be made clear funds for the crystals.
Why are the crystals so important?
Everyone lies. My own servants. What must I do? Must I sell one of my beloved castles? The crystals must be made. I grow daily less able to control my own will. How long will I be able to resist the ultimate sin? And the music is worthless without the device. Time is running out. The crystals must be made.
He really wants those crystals. Okay, I think that was everything. Wow. That was interesting. I wonder if that guy... there's 2 people that's going to be interested in this now. I don't know who...
At least I have the car keys now.
Who should I go and show it to? Probably this guy, right? See if he wants to read it. Let's talk to him.
I do have something to discuss with Georg, but he'll never believe me unless I show him.
Okay, well, let's show him then. She'll be all smug now, isn't she?
Have you heard of Ludwig's diary?
Yes, but no one is allowed to see it.
It just so happens that I have a copy of an English translation right here. There's something I wanted to show you. Read this one.
August 1882. The experiments go better and better. Bay has proved as loyal and determined as ever. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera and to make up the diagram for the crystal. My God! Wait.
It exists.
I want to show you something.
Okay. Keep it clean.
I am not supposed to have looked at this myself, but I am here alone all day, so...
Oh, you sneaky. Not even wearing gloves. And he happens to know which one it is.
Yeah.
July 1881. Richard returned from his meeting with the king. Never have I seen him so pale. I was concerned for his heart. He would not speak with me, but immediately shut himself up in his study and started working on a new project. He will not tell me the first thing about it. He will only say that it was time he repaid his king. It confirms Ludwig's diary. He wasn't crazy.
Yes, but Ludwig says that the opera was completed. Imagine that, completed.
Just need to find it now.
August 1882. We had a messenger tonight from the king. He brought a letter which Richard burnt. I did manage to see a bit of it. It said something about a great night in Munich and that it would be Richard's supreme triumph and someone else's destruction. Ludwig then wrote that even though he himself would probably die, his immortal soul would be freed thanks to Richard. I worry for poor Ludwig and for us. Where will we be if his madness continues? Surely someone will put an end to it. Wow.
There's one more.
Okay.
May 1883. I sent Richard's sealed package to the king, as he instructed moments before he closed his eyes forever. I could not even bring myself to care what was in it. What could it matter now? Whatever it is, I hope it brings the king good memories of Richard. He did so much for my beloved.
The package.
So we have to now find this package. Well, that's going to be fun, isn't it? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, why not give it a thumbs up? And I will see you in the next episode. So until then, stay awesome, guys. Do you have to check my stuff? I did give you the right amount. Gotta say, I love the hairdo.
Danke.
Wow. So much friendliness. Right, so let's start with...